Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I hope you stay healthy and happy. Welcome to Social Studies Podcast. Social Studies Podcast is digital discussion, opening discussion, where we explore ideas, issues, field in social science and education with leader researchers, scholars, and also expert. So today our topic is how to get international research grants. Wow, it's so a good topic. Okay, but it's very not easy. I think it's not easy, but don't worry. Because we have special guests, special experts who very experienced to get more international grant research. We have Dr. Hayrol Azril Mohamed Shaffril. Hello, Dr. Hayrol.
Ya, hello. Pak Bayu. Hello. Rakan-rakan di Universitas Negeri Malang.
Okay, Dr. Hayrol, how are you?
Fine. Yeah, it's good. It's good to be in Malang.
Okay, this is second times you visiting Universitas Negeri Malang, right?
Yeah. And hopefully I will come frequently more.
Okay, and what do you think about Universitas Negeri Malang?
Yeah, it's a good environment, good students, nice buildings. Right. It's easy for me to get coffee here.
Okay, and also as we know, Malang Raya is one of the best destination in tourism in Indonesia.
Yeah.
What do you think about the cities?
Yeah, it's good. It's nice. I've been to Batu. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Fresh air. Segar. Dingin.
Yes.
And yeah, a lot of other attraction. I've been to Transportation Museum, I think.
Yeah.
It's very good. I've seen a lot of modern old car, but I'm very the area called Batu is very attractive to me. It's very nature.
Okay.
It's in Malaysia, right? We also have things like this.
Yes.
But I think Indonesia offers some unique things for me in terms of tourism attraction.
Okay.
Right.
So you very happy visiting in the tourism destination in Malang?
Yeah. I'm hoping to bring my family.
Okay.
In the future to
I hope so.
Malang, inshallah.
Okay, guys. Dr. Hayrol is researchers from University Putra Malaysia. He is high experience in research in international publication journal, high index international publication journal, and he is appointment as adjunct professor in social science education program study. Okay, so and very interesting for me is he united fans. Glory, Man United. Glory.
Yeah.
No. Yes. Yeah, we have to stop to singing that chants because the last games we lost against West Ham. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to stop. Okay. No United chance again. Okay, back to job.
All right.
Dr. Hayrol, talking about international research grants. Yeah. What is international research grants and why so research to get it?
In a simple, I think in a simple definition or in simple explanations, international grant is a grant that we get from international sources, from NGOs, organizations, and of course, to get international grant is not an easy thing,
Yeah.
but it's not impossible. And I think colleagues from Universitas Negeri Malang, I think with your efforts, I think there is no problem for you to get it. But just like I said, it's not an easy thing. It will place challenges to you. But I believe my colleagues from Universitas Negeri Malang is more than able to get their grant approved by these international organizations. And of course, you need to have it because in terms of experience and benefits in terms of bigger grant, wider international linkages, right? So yeah, you need to get it and place your best efforts to get that grant.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a general benefit, yeah,
Yeah.
for us. But personally, for the international research grants,
Yeah.
what the benefit for personally?
Personal, you mean for the researcher?
Yes.
Personally?
Yes.
Yeah, for the researcher, I think in terms of strengthening their CV, right? I think those with international grant experience will have better opportunity to get more international grant in the future.
Okay.
Right, in terms of getting their, just like I mentioned earlier, just getting their networking, wider networking, because I believe in certain international grants they are required to have international colleagues
Okay.
and also members from other organizations, either locally or internationally. So this will give them chances to have wider linkages and networking. So with a wider linkages and networking, they have wider or bigger chances to get other experience, other grants. And of course, in terms of getting bigger grant,
Big grant.
when you have a bigger grant, you can have a lot of research activities which can contribute to the quality, the research, the qualitas of that research.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So the the key is linking college.
Yeah.
And, have to big grants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, in terms of opportunity to present your grant or your research data in prestige conferences.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of my colleagues have that opportunity
Okay.
to present their research data in top conference, world top conference. So that might be a benefits to researcher in terms of personal benefits.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's so a big important one is we get impact to the
Yeah.
nation,
Yeah.
to peoples.
Yeah.
Okay. So talking about international research grants, me as junior lecturer, newbie in researchers, we always don't understand what a type of international research grant. So, what type of international research grant are currently available at the global, or maybe Asia and Southern Asia levels?
Yeah, I think that there is a lot. There is a lot that there are many grants available for us actually. Among the top one, I think Newton Fund. In terms of at the international level, we have Newton Fund for educations in the field of educations. I think you have Erasmus.
Erasmus, yeah.
Yeah, that too is among the top international grant. I think you have DAAD from Germany. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, DAAD. And in terms in ASEAN, you have BCKF Cooperation Fund from Korea.
Korea.
Alright, you have Sumitomo from
Sumitomo,
Japan.
Japan.
You have Toyota Grand Foundation, it's also from Japan. At ASEAN level, you have Siarca in Philippines.
Siarca.
Yeah, I've received once grant from Siarca. Alright, very good one. Less complicated, less bureaucracy. They help us a lot. Siamo, we have Siamo.
Siamo.
Yeah, and ASEAN Fund, I think, for lecturer, I think ASEAN Fund, and that is among the top grant that available for us. And just like I said, it's not an easy thing, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
And I do believe my colleagues from Universitas Negeri Malang have ability to get all of this grant.
I like it's not easy, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
Okay. So to get international research grants, usually we have to essential requirements.
Yeah.
What are the general or essential requirements for Indonesian researchers to be eligible apply for international research grants, Dr. Hayrol?
I think first of all, you need to be in line with the scope of the grant, because diverse grant has diverse scopes. You need to understand that. So, if, for example, you are educations, you are interested to apply in Siarka grant, which are more rural and agriculture in nature, you need to synchronize your education setting to that scope to get. And of course, other things you need to have experience, educations. Most of them need at least PhD. Except in my experience, Sumitomo does not emphasize on education achievement. Anyone can apply.
Okay.
Of course, experience, and they will, and some of the grant they are emphasizing on your past publication, right? And some of them are emphasizing on cooperation with other organizations. In my experience in Malaysia, international organizations such as United Nations, we in university need to collaborate with ministry to get the grant.
Okay.
So if we have no ministry, just university, it will face challenge to us to get the grant. So this is among the main requirement to get the grant. But the most important thing for me is to synchronize your study with the scope. That one is the most important thing. And my tips is whenever grant open. When organization open your grant, they place advertisement or something like announcement. They will usually conduct briefing.
Okay.
So my advice to my friend in UM, attend the briefing.
Okay.
Because in that briefing, they will explain everything that we need to have in our proposal.
Okay.
But most of us ignore this briefing,
Okay.
which make things easy for them, because they will reject those who are not fulfill the requirement or the format of their proposal. So, for example, in Sumitomo, they are very strict on the formatting. Sumitomo is very strict on the formatting. So, in my experience, you are not following the format, you will be rejected.
Okay.
In the screening process, not in the reviewing process. So you can imagine you are spending hours or days to complete the proposal, but at the screening process, not reviewing process, at the screening process you'll be rejected. I think that's that one orang kata sia-sia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sia-sia.
So right.
Okay. So for me, all of the Indonesia essential requirement for international research grants, mostly we have to get a PhD degree. Yeah. But Sumitomo, not requirement for
No.
that degree.
Up to last year still, but this year we need to understand, might be the requirement changes. We don't know, because they have committees that will determine the requirement, they maintain it or not. But as in my experience in Sumitomo, they are not. Education level is not the main requirement. The main requirement is the scope.
The scope. Okay, so Sumitomo is a big chance to me or a researcher in Indonesia, a young lecturer in Indonesia. They don't have PhD degree, to submit it in the international application. So it is very interesting, Dr. Hayrol. Based on your experience, Could you share any interesting or memorable experience from the first time you applied for and received an international research grant?
First time, my first international grants that I led the proposal, which I am being named as the head of the project, is that proposals was rejected.
Oh, yes, very interesting. For first time, yeah.
Yeah. So why? Yeah, it's been rejected. Because the scope.
The scope.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not in line. It's not too strong. It is related, but it's not in line. The first proposal that I received at international level is from Siarka.
Siarka.
Siarka. Why it is interesting? Because the research focus on climate change. My interest, and the other best thing is that research focus only on island. So I need to go to 4 or 5 islands in Malaysia, staying there for nothing but research. So, and Siarka, as I mentioned earlier, is very it involves less bureaucracy. It is the researcher. Alright, it is researcher in terms of financial management, in terms of administrative. They are very supportive. So as researcher, to get our process smooth, to smooth our process, we need all of this simple process.
Okay.
We need all of this simple process. I think most of my colleagues in would be agree with me.
Okay.
Right? That will less complicate the process. The procedure is we need the procedure. We need all of these things, but to simplify it is the most important thing to smooth the process. So I think that is one of my bad experience in international level. And of course, another international project I have with Wolfish during COVID-19. They invite me as one of their SLR methodological consultant to help them to suggest the best policy for Indian government for women in fisheries. So I think that is another new experience for me.
Wow.
And again, also with Wolfish, they introduced to me one new things. I think that one is another good experience for me, whereby I need to conduct historical systematic literature review.
Oh.
So
historical systematic review.
I need to run investigations on the origins of certain definition.
Okay.
Based on the systematic literature review methodology. So I think that the one is good experience. But for me, the best experience conducting research with Siarka
from Philippines.
Those in focus on agriculture, or tourism. So in rural area. Why not? You can try all out.
So I think it's big opportunity for a lecturer in Tas Negeri Malang, particularly in Faculty of Social Science, because currently we have a new study program, tourism. I think it's a good opportunity for us. Okay. So to preparing international grant research proposal, it's not easy. But based on your experience, what are the common mistakes that researchers often make when preparing proposal for international research grants?
I think first of all, there's just like I mentioned earlier, our failure to synchronize our subject research or research scope with the scope of the grant. That's number one. Number two, unclear problem statement and research gap, or the problem, the background of the introduction cannot be synchronized with the problem statement or research gap. Number three, I think in terms of lack of experience, all right, that one could play roles. Number four, weak justification.
Okay.
Weak justifications. So why do we need that research, and what are the benefits of that research to the funder? That's another thing. And I think one of things that I learned from international grant, they would not accept any research. Not all grant, but some of the grant, they will not accept any research conducted in developed area. This is display. I think this is significant factors for most of the studies, most of the grant funder. I mean, one of the criteria of the grant funder, they do not want any research conducted in developed area. Not all, but some of them. In my experience, Sharka, they focus on rural area. Worldfish focus, for example, Worldfish focus their research on third world country. My colleagues have an opportunity to conduct their research in some remote area in India and some in Myanmar. Recently, they went to Timor-Leste to conduct research, and me myself involved in as a consultant and SLR. They are conducting some research in small island. I think Vanuatu. I think in the Australasian region. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, in Vanuatu. So this, if you're conducting some research in developed area, it will lessen the opportunity.
Okay.
So for those in UM, I do believe Indonesian have a lot of remote areas that have potential to be
very potential.
improved. Yeah, so try to identify the area and try to identify what research need to be done and develop your proposal in that focus in these remote areas, and that will decrease your chances to be rejected in this proposal. And of course, another common mistakes or common failure by researcher is they do not able to get reliable or established partner, established collaborator.
Okay.
That one is also most important. Like say, for example, in my experience, United Nations grant, they need ministry.
Okay, ministry.
Because why ministry? At the end of the research, they want that data to be considered as a policy. That's why they need guys or representative from ministry in that project. So I think that is among the common mistake or common errors that we need to avoid in our applications for international grant.
Yeah, it's so very important to knowing about where we weak in the part of the proposal. Okay, but what the part of the proposal we have to increase?
You mean that we need to emphasize?
Yes.
Yeah, justification.
Justification.
Yeah, problem statement and justification. Why do we need that? Of course, other sections or other parts of that proposal is important, but for me, problem statement and justification is the most important thing. Of course, before you have problem statement, you need to have a strong background of studies.
Okay.
That will drive ideas to that problem statement, right? But the two most important thing: problem statement and justification. And of course, another important thing is budget. But problem statement and justification is, for me, is two important things.
Okay,
that you need to emphasize.
It's very important to increase, particularly for me as a newbie in researchers.
And one other thing that I think we need to emphasize: that problem must exist. We need to search that problem, not create that problem. Some proposal writer, they create that problem. Not searching for that problem. Not to understand, not to identify. You need to search, identify, and understand what is the problem and what can you, what research that you can do to solve or to understand better that problem. But not to create the problem. Do you understand?
Yes. I understand.
To create the problem is not a job of researcher. Researcher solve the problem. Not create the problem.
Okay. So, by your experience, Dr. Hayrol, what are your strategies, tips, or insight for for young Indonesian researchers like me to seeking to secure international research grants?
All right. I think first of all, you need to build a good linkage or widen your linkage or networking with established scholars outside, especially from developed countries. Right. So try to search any scholars with good hash index, with good citation, with good background. Why? Because this will strengthen the reliability of your proposal, strengthen the quality of your proposal, because you have a strong team. This is one. Number two, just like I mentioned, consistently I mentioned the scope.
Okay.
The scope. You need to ensure you synchronize. You are able to synchronize your study with the scope. For example, Sumitomo, they emphasizing on culture, arts, right? And how you can link your study to the Japanese, to the Japanese setting, context, something like that. Me, in my experience, I try to link my subject, fishermen's, with Japanese technology, with Japan technology. So this one. And then good proposal, good team, and of course, I always I always advise my colleagues either in Malaysia or Indonesia, try to get good publications. All of this will have benefits for you in the future. Right? In my experience, when I've tried to invite top scholar in my research, what I do, I invite them through email and I attach all of my Q1 publication.
Oh, okay.
So, whether they get impressed or not, it up to them. But I successfully get some scholars, top scholars in my team and in my publication.
Okay, so reviewer from international research grads also looking for our international publication records.
Yeah, of course. Some of them, some of the grants.
Yeah, it's so important.
Some of the grants, they require us to explain our past publication. For example, BCKF Corporation Farm from Korea, they require us to explain our past publication.
Okay.
So that's why I always emphasize on this: get good publication. So with that good publication, you will impress your funder, you will impress top scholars, and who knows, they might want to cooperate with you. And these top scholars with a good citation, good H index, people cite them.
Okay.
So when people cite them, people will cite you, because your name and their name in one publication. So you get high citation, you get good and higher H index, then who knows, you might get it is your opportunity to get good grant from international level, at international level. Yeah, we don't know, but pokok pangkalnya good publication, good research.
Okay, that's the important
Key.
Good publication and good research.
Yeah.
Okay. Before it's a very interesting discussion with you, Dr. Hayrol. Before we close this podcast, what are your aspiration or ambition or plans for the future regarding international research grants, Dr. Hayrol?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, me. So my plan or my future plan is, of course, to collaborate with my international colleagues, including from Universitas Negeri Malang.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, to get top international fund.
Okay.
For example, Newton Fund, or we can try Erasmus. Right, to get this grant. This is my future aims. But of course, like I mentioned earlier, I consistently mention this is not easy.
Yeah,
but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. So we might think that we will not be able to get all of this top grant, but with efforts, as promised by in Quran, those with efforts will get their profits.
Yeah,
right. So yeah, we need to place our best efforts. So that is my plan. Right. I have already have linkage I already collaborated with top scholars in Germany, in UK, and I would like to link them with my colleagues from Universitas Negeri Malang.
Yes.
Okay, so we can collaborate in international fund, and yeah, like I say, who knows, we might get some of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Say like manjada wajada. Manjada wajada. Okay. Dr. Harold, give me 3 until 5 words about you describe about international research grant. 3 or until 5 words.
Collaboration,
Collaboration,
challenges,
challenges,
not impossible,
not impossible,
unique,
unique,
efforts.
effort. Okay, it's good 5 words from Dr. Hayrol. Thank you, Dr. Hayrol, to
Thank you for inviting
with me today, and I hope you always happy, always healthy, and success of the future from the publication and also in our research grants. Okay, guys, thank you for your watching us. See you next time in Social Studies Podcast. Social Studies Podcast, sharing knowledge, shaping nation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Hayo. Glory, glory man unite. Glory, glory man. Thank you.